back. It's the red sun. Yuck. I'm hiding behind the curtain because I don't want the roofer to see me. I'm still in my pajamas. But I wanted to give an update on the roof. And I probably sound better. I can't breathe right, but I probably sound better. Yeah, I had good news about the chimney. Oh gosh, I can't speak. Sorry guys. I had good news about the chimney. There's like a 2-inch gap around the stovepipe where everything leaked. So where they thought that the insulation and the vapor barrier may have been ruined, you know, the whole length of the ceiling in the garage where they have to replace the drywall, that's all good. So none of that has to be replaced. So that's going to bring my cost down quite a bit right there. The ceiling does still need to be fixed in the garage though. And because it's pretty water damaged. I mean, I've seen people leave water damaged roofs, but no, I'm not going to do that. I actually need to maybe insulate some more or something. And I just sent for a quote for a new garage door. So that's a thing too. I may as well get it all done if I can. And they've got openings for new garage doors for this summer. Yeah, I keep meaning to go put that thermometer in the shade. But it is almost 80 in the house. Yeah, see, and plastic things are telling me that it's hot in the house. My room is usually the coldest room out of all the rooms in the house. I think because I've got the wall to the basement in my room. And I did get this air quality monitor here. And I don't know, you probably doesn't show up real good, but it was really green the last couple of days. And it's starting to turn like an orange color. And the air quality in here is getting kind of rough. So the windows were open this morning. It's smoky outside. See, this is where this thermometer always sits. But where I have the, this records to the inside. Where I always have it over there, it's usually in the shade. So I don't know where I can put it. I'll figure someplace out. But yeah, you know, that's what it feels like in the sun. And I'm out here in my pajamas and I think, well, he's not done. I wonder if he's going to come back today because he's still got all of his staple gun and all of his hoses and stuff up there. I'm going to back up so you can see. See, we still got the dumpster out here. And he's got all the shingles and everything else he needs over there. He was just wanting to waterproof it because there's rain in the forecast. Oh, thank goodness rain. I hope we get a lot, but yeah. Oh, it actually feels good out here in the sun for a minute. I've been locked in the house for, well, I did go out yesterday to go to the doctor, but did I talk about that? I don't know what I've been videoing or not. Yeah. I wonder if this will pick up a signal if I put it over on that side of the garage, because that one part's in the shade all the time. I got that zoomed out, so the fans are probably really loud. But I don't know if you can see. I mean, to the naked eye, the leaves on that aspen tree are like mirrors. The sun is shining on them. They are just covered with oil. You don't want to park underneath them this time of year. This is gross. Oh, look at that, 111. Oh, never mind. I am really out of it. Yeah, the electricity went out this morning, so it is not January 1st, 2021. And I would probably still be in bed if the electricity didn't go out. So I am not thinking it is, well, look at that. We got it down to a manageable heat in the house. But it's 82 outside already. And Heather fixed the clocks down here. So it's almost noon. Today's supposed to be our hot day for the weekend. Oh, thank goodness. Hello, bear watchers. I am in the back of a Fred Meyer parking lot. I figured I would come back over here where nobody usually is, just to have a little bit of privacy. And there's a lot of people back here. They're just sitting in their cars with their air conditioner on. Probably trying to get away from their hot houses. Here in Alaska, we don't have air conditioning in our homes usually. Now they have these portable air conditioners. A lot more people are getting air conditioners for their homes. Sorry, I am still very sick. It took me over 4 hours to get ready to look like a person. And I wanted to get out of the house. It was nice and sunny and clear this morning, and the air quality was at a moderate level. I'll probably put something here, and I'm not sure what it is right now. I'll take a screenshot and I'll put it next to that, and because a whole bunch of smoke blew in. And I watched the sun while I was trying to get ready, just in the last hour, the sun got really red, and then you could see smoke in the trees, around my house. I didn't take any video when I left home, but oh my gosh. So yeah, I got the air conditioner on in here. I tried to put it on lower setting, and so it's blowing in my face. So that way you can hear me, because I didn't know how hard of a time I was going to have talking. I did go to, I'm going to try to do this quick, but you know me, I'm not that quick. I went to First Care, which is our urgent care here in town. I have not been there since I had double pneumonia 2020, and it was January. We had just gotten back from Disney World, and I'm sure it was COVID, because like I said, I had double pneumonia and it came on really quick, and I thought for sure I was gonna die. And then, if I have a friend I made because she's watching all of my videos from the beginning, so she's watching all of that COVID stuff. She said, "Do you realize you've got a history here? Because you talk about everything, daily life and what's going on and restrictions." And I was like, oh, I never really thought about it that way. But, yeah, like we said, this is just a daily vlog, daily stuff, things that we do. And, I talk about what's going on around town, and these are not our first fires. It happens almost every year. I mean, we're lucky if we have years that we don't have, but the smoke kind of comes and goes. But this year, it looks like it's going to be really bad. We do have, what do you call it? The rain in the forecast. But anyways, getting back to First Care. I went to First Care on Thursday, and because I was done. I was about ready to go to ER, but ER costs a fortune, and I don't have a very good, I think my deductible's like $5,000 on my insurance because I have the Obamacare stuff. But they know my history, because I used to do all the TVC stuff, which is associated with the hospital. And I, because I have had pneumonia like 14 times now, that's the first thing they did. They took chest x-rays, and then they did a COVID test, and they did the flu test, because there is a influenza A that's going around. It's very weird that it's going around in the summer. And I did order a home self-test. See, because I used that sinus rinse, and I used it just before I went to my appointment, and I wonder sometimes if that actually clears out my nose, and so that way they don't get any bacteria or virus or whatever they're checking for. But I wonder that. But I did order a test. It's coming in the mail. Well, actually, Amazon. It's coming today. Today is Saturday. And I gotta take a minute to breathe. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should take that test later in the day. I've been blowing a lot of clear stuff out of my nose, but today when I was getting ready, I used that Neilmed, that sinus rinse, the saline solution. That unblocked something, because then I had all this green goo, just a lot of it, a ton of it. And so everything was clear over at First Care. And the only thing that he could figure out is I had some kind of an infection. And, so he gave me amoxicillin, which I don't do well with any kind of penicillin type drugs. I think I had way too much of it when I was younger. But if I need to take it to get rid of whatever this is, because 5 days in bed does not set well with me. and the breathing hard, and he said too that maybe it's the onset of pneumonia, and that the amoxicillin's not going to help that, because it's a different it's viral, it's not infection. But if I have an infection and it's heading that way, I want to cut it off. I did have last week, in fact, I think I mentioned it on some of my videos previously. I haven't even gotten to editing anything, but I had a clogged tear duct, and I know what that feels like because I've had them before, and it actually felt like maybe I got like a spore or something very sharp and pin-like in my eye, and and my eyes was watering. Excuse me. My eye was watering for a couple of days. Really bad, really, really bad. And I was massaging the tear duct, and and it was very painful all through here. And that was just before all of this happened. Then I started to get, the sinus stuff, and then I got a massage. Okay, I was face down for, almost the whole massage, because I told her just do my back. So I was on face down, so pushing my eyes. And Monday night, I went to Costco and went to get Heather a whole bunch of stuff after work, because just all of a sudden, boom, I felt like I was coming down with something. And I had a fever, and I felt bad because I was like, oh gosh, if I have something contagious, I'm out here in the public probably giving it to everybody. But I got my shopping done. I think it's a good thing I did, because I was down for Tuesday. You know, I didn't even get out of bed Tuesday. And so Wednesday, same thing. I was in bed most of the day, and every time I got up, my heart rate would go through the roof. And then I took my weight, and you see that. I mean, I lost like 12 pounds. Yesterday I ate before I went to bed, and I weighed myself when I got up this morning. I was actually 2 pounds up. You know, it's just, but my heart rate hadn't been as busy, and I was trying to stay inactive. Today, it's probably like I've been running a marathon, trying to just get ready. And every time I just stand in one place to listen to somebody, like Heather's talking to me or something, my thighs feel like I did 100 squats. So something is seriously wrong. And I will go to my regular doctor if something doesn't clear up, because I have to work next week. I have to. I don't get paid time off. I don't get sick pay. I'm kind of self-employed. They run our paychecks, but we work on commission. So, yeah. Anyways, I am going to go in Fred's because it's getting windy out. The smoke is getting blown in from somewhere. And I don't want to be out in all this when it starts getting really bad. I'm trying to get this done quick, so I don't even know if I'm going to video. I just want to let you know what's happening. And here, I'll show you what it looks like right now. See, you can hardly see the hills over there. There's Birch Hill. Oh yeah, by the way, it's almost 90 degrees out here. Oh, it's Heather's food list. Oh my gosh, Fred Meyer's always got really loud music. I always have to cover everything up, but either that or I have to talk really loud. But I wish this is my Fred's on my side of town. You'd think I would know where things are at. I cannot find applesauce. Wow, they have a big Burt's Bees section here. I thought I might look out with my lip tint, but I don't see it. Ugh, I was hoping to find a trial size of this. I'm sure I have one at home, but it's probably expired because I haven't had an eye infection in a long time. I will explain that in a little while. There's that crazy music again, so I'm going to do this fast. There's 2 distilled water, 3 puddings, the gravy mix, 4 applesauces, the Johnson's baby shampoo, and the Motrin, and that's it for Fred's. I'm back. I'm at Costco now. Oh, Mary sending me messages. I told her it took me 4 hours to get ready. I wish me luck. So she wished me luck. I don't know. We were talking about something else. I don't remember. That's my brain. I wandered all around that Fred Meyer's trying to figure out where things were. Both Fred Meyers, I think they're in competition of each other, so they constantly moving things around, trying to organize things a little bit better. The applesauces were by the canned fruits, so that makes sense, I guess. But what was the gravies? And the gravies were actually down that aisle too. That didn't make sense. Yeah, I would have walked down a little bit. Oh, look at this. See, you see a lot of those here driving down the road. I've always been trying to catch them this time of year, but I haven't. Yeah, I keep trying to catch them for you guys, but by the time I get the camera out, I can't get it, and now that I'm the driver and the photographer, it's really hard for me to do that. But I'm at Costco. I was gonna stay at Fred's. I just felt really uncomfortable over there, sitting in the back of the parking lot and trying to do video. Maybe that's why I was coughing so much over there, although I feel like I'm straining my throat trying to talk. But yeah, trying to find my Costco card. I left it out of my, there, I got it. I left it out of my wallet because it was out from the other day. I came over here with Life. What did we do? Oh, we got my prescription. That was Thursday after. I wasn't gonna fill it, and he's like, oh, you better fill it. And then that night, I still felt like, because the doctor said wait a few days, and I was like, no. I said, I'm almost positive this is an infection, with the way everything is going. I mean, I know my own body. So that's why I was worried, because if it's an infection, that means things are heading towards my lungs. So, but I'm glad he talked me into getting it. So I got it. I got the prescription, and I've been taking it for 2 days now. Yeah, 2 days. And I didn't put my fake eyelashes on. I threw out all my old ones because I had 2 different kinds. I threw out those because, if there's anything on them that's getting into my eyes, I didn't want to take that chance either. So I actually used the mascara today. So my eyes are not, as floofy as they have been. So Costco looks really busy. It's a Saturday. I'm still needing a few things from the list. Oh, and there's people coming next to me here. I don't want to catch them on camera. Getting into their car. So, yep. So I'm just going to go in here and get those few things. $1,149. It's a double recliner couch. Oh, I need measurements. Where's the measurements? There's the measurements. Okay, I need a mattress expert because 14 inches is not going to do it. I think the most I can put in, these are 11 inch. I think the most I can put in a, I can't think of what I'm trying to say. So, the kind you close up the beds. So I think the most I can put in there is an 8 inch. Although a 14 inch sounds really nice. Oh my gosh. They're really expensive. That purple mattress is $1,600. I seen a few people going out the door with these things. Oh, backrest. $14. Nice. The tulips are disappearing. Look what they have in for 4th of July. Lots of chickens today. Oh, he's just stocking it. Just now stocking it. And more mashed potatoes. And another cheese. Oh, yeah. Mashed potatoes, cheese, and chicken. That's all I got. Well, I have been to Costco like 5 times this week. I give up on trying to make the camera straight. I am on a really short fuse. And because I don't feel good. I can't tell you, life, like he's been staying with me because he's got to have surgery. Well, there are tests that he has to have because he's got other conditions, that he has to have those before his surgery. He was hoping to have his surgery before the end of June. One of these tests they have to do at the hospital, and I think I said that before, and it's not going to be until the end of July. And, who knows how long he'll have to wait for the test. And he might need prior surgery to having his shoulder surgery. So, but, he likes to joke around or be helpful by, if, like, we put those air conditioners in, and the valve, for the tray that collects water, it was open, and so it leaked all over my room. My carpet was soaking wet. Thank God I had some clothes that fell in that area, so the clothes soaked all the water up. So all those clothes were sopping wet, which some of them they were brand new, because the stuff I had on that side of my bench was stuff I was going to sort through. I bought all that stuff for this cruise that we were supposed to go on, Mary and I, in May. It was a luxury cruise, so there was upscale clothing, and some of that stuff I don't even know if you're supposed to wash it. But I'll have to check all the tags and see what's going on. I hung it around my laundry basket. But thank goodness all those clothes were there, and it soaked up a lot of that water. I put a towel down because I didn't know what was going on yet. So I put a towel down, and then I put the air conditioner on top of the towel to see if anything else happened. And sure enough, the towel ended up soaking wet. So I took that towel out. I went and looked the manual up. But when I was looking the manual up, life is like, oh, you want me to go get a tray? Oh, I can get one of your old chinchilla trays, and we can just put it on top of the tray. Well, the tray's going to fill up, But, this guy's mind is going 100 miles an hour, with all these solutions. And I'm looking at the manual, it's just like... So I got really angry with him. I said, just let me look at the manual, because I'm not one to blow a fuse, but with him I will. And the manual, it showed the two, because there's 2 drain plugs, and I didn't know that. There's one up on the top for a dehumidifier, and we're like in the middle. And then there's another one, I probably put pictures up here. And there's another one down at the bottom. Well, the one down on the bottom, that's the stupidest place to put a drain, unless you have like a hose connected to it, and like a plug at the end of the hose, maybe, because I don't know how you're gonna drain the water out of there. You need something, because as soon as you open the plug, water's gonna go everywhere. Nothing slides out, nothing, So you got to get some kind of a, I don't know, or put it on something. It's odd. It really is. But the plug was open, so its had just been pouring out water. So if it put the plug in there, the air conditioner will stop when the thing is full. And I'm watching ash fall on the windshield. But the the air conditioner will stop and it'll alert you that the tray is full and it needs to be emptied. So there's that. I got to figure out how to empty it now. It does come with a hose, but like I said, if you unplug it, I mean, I could probably put my finger over it. It's going to be a process to try to get the hose on there when it's dumb. It's dumb, which is probably why somebody threw the air conditioners out. Because he found them out on Fort Wainwright. You know, people, if there's heavy things, military, they only let you take so much weight. And, you know, those air conditioners were left on the side of the road, I guess, you know, somebody's dumpster, somebody's trash. So free air conditioners, you know, and they're probably almost $300 a piece. So I'm not complaining. It's working very well. It's actually cooling my whole downstairs off, and they're only like for 350 square foot or something, but we've got it on in my room and we've got fans going and it's running like crazy. The one I have upstairs, the big one for Heather, it actually has you know, a whole house. It's for a whole house. So it's like freezing upstairs right now. So some of that cool air is coming down too. So that helps. I'm about ready to put a fan over there and pull some of that downstairs. Because Heather, she came downstairs with a sweatshirt on today. She's freezing up there. It's 64 degrees upstairs. So I was looking for since I did the Fred Meyer and the Costco thing here. So Costco was just the three things. So we got the mashed potatoes and the chicken and the oh gosh, what else did I get? Mashed cheese. It was $19.47. So almost $20 for those three things. And Fred Meyer's, I rounded up for the food bank. I did put my card in. But there's all the stuff I got at Fred Meyer. And it was $45 even because I rounded up the food bank, only 19 cents, but every little bit helps. You know, I didn't realize how much that rounding up actually helps. But the co-op, they post how much the roundups, you know, because every month they send a check to an organization. That rounding up sometimes is like $10,000 or more. And that's just a little store. And people might add to that too, you know, instead of just rounding up, people might add to that too. And I don't know if they do other sales that goes into that. But yeah, pretty cool. So round up if you can. I am losing it. The longer I stay out here in this smoke, the more congested I'm getting. And so the only other thing I wanted to say was, you know, I like the short fuse. I try to be considerate for everybody, but you know, when I see people my age that act like they're 80, it drives me crazy, you know. And I know people have other physical things because that's what I do for a living. You know, I help people with all of those physical things, you know, but I had this older couple in front of me and they're trying to figure out if they want to go to the regular checkout or they want to go to the self-checkout because they'll have one thing. And I understand, you know, they're, you know, older. So they probably don't want to do the self-checkout because I don't like doing it. I did go to the self-checkout, but they were standing there. So I finally went up to them because they're just standing there, and there was one open. And I said, "Are you waiting to use the self-check?" And they said, "Yeah." And I said, "Well, number 3 is open. You can go over there." So they went over there, and then the one across from them opened up. So I went over there. But then they were just in front of me as we were leaving, and they're going really, really, really slow. And I just don't have the patience today. I don't. It's the ADHD and anxiety from all the people in there. So I'm going home. and I gotta clean the garage. But I need to catch my breath first. See you there.